Kathy here from Petals and Paint Designs. Today the project I'm working on is so super easy and the possibilities are endless. You're not going to believe what you use for a base. It's not an expensive wreath or a swag. It's literally a dollar fly swatter from the dollar store. You can do it. I'm telling you, it's easy. Come on, give it a try. Okay, what do you say we go ahead and get started with this fun project? Super easy, super quick, and the amount of possibilities of different things that you could incorporate into this, once I started thinking about all the options, you're going to be blown away once you see it and we talk about it. So what you're going to need to get started with is a fly swatter. Now I saw this at Dollar Tree is where I got mine. For this particular project, I'm going to be using a purple one, and I'll explain why in a minute. I kind of already went ahead and got a little bit started. I'm using pinwheels in mine, so what I have done just to start is I secured the pinwheel onto the fly swatter with zip ties. Even using the hanger, there's a hole in it. That's how we're going to let this be hung. So again, super duper easy. You want to always try to remember though, as you use your zip ties, that you have the part that connects in the front, because you don't want it against the back. It's going to cause your piece to maybe stick out against your door, so you always want to put it to the front. Now, what I'm thinking is, like I said, I have a few pinwheels. I picked these up last year at Hobby Lobby for 66% off. This one here still has the price sticker on it. I paid 59 cents for that. How adorable is that? So what I'm thinking is, once I add in my flowers and my bow, I'm also going to be adding in some pinwheels. And literally, we're using, most of the tools we're gonna need is zip ties. I mean, how much easier can you get than that? So just for the sake of time of video, what I have done is I've gone ahead and I have made 2 bunches to start of flowers. And I'm still going to add some to them, but I have, and as you can tell, I have just zip tied them. Kind of spread them out. In fact, this one here, this one in the front, this pink and purple one, actually is, look at this. It was a clip-on that I got 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree. And then I am just using a stem that's left over from some of the cut flowers. You just clip it on, and then you use some hot glue to secure it. We're going to let that dry while we put on our other piece. So if you see a clip-on and you think, oh, I can't use that, you can. If you use some of your other stems with it, you can just clip the stem right to it and then glue it. So like I said, couple bunches of flowers. What I'm thinking is we're going to put our first bunch up here by the pinwheel and simply zip tie it to the fly swatter. And then we're going to put our second bunch of flowers down here at an angle and zip tie it to the fly swatter. And then in between, I have gone ahead, again, just to speed the video up so you don't have to spend a lot of time watching and you can spend more time doing. I've gone ahead and I've made a bow. Now again, this could be any color. For instance, Dollar Tree, you know, you want to keep in mind, if this is hanging on your front door, even though these look rather large from the road, people driving by, this is really the perfect size. Let's say you had a coworker who's celebrating a birthday. You could even, rather than pinwheels, you know the little balloons, the inflated balloons that they sell at Dollar Tree, you could use those. I got thinking about props that they use at photo booths, the wipe on, wipe off. If you were a teacher, you could do a happy birthday balloon and then insert some of those prop sticks and actually write the student's name on it and then just wipe it off and post it on your door whenever a student had a birthday. co-worker. You just gotta get a little creative. And then the ribbon. I mean, look at this ribbon with these flowers. You could go crazy. There's so many beautiful colors of ribbon out there right now. But let's get back to our project at hand. I'm sure the glue is dried now. So the first thing that I want to do, like I said, is I'm just going to take a zip tie and I want to figure out if I like the way that one's. I kind of like that down here. Now, just before I cover it up, there is one thing that I want to say, because this is how I originally thought I was going to start the project. There is another option. I got some dry foam, and I originally thought I even used zip ties, and I zip tied the dry foam to the bottom of the fly swatter. I went right through it, and I had it all zip tied and secured. And I was going to put my florals from there. However, I decided I didn't even need to worry about the dry foam. It's cheaper, easier to just attach the flowers directly right to the fly swatter with the bow. So the only thing you want to keep in mind when you attach these is that you want to make sure that you leave enough room for your bow. So if you're sure at this point you're not going to use the dry foam, if you wanted to, you could even cut this off. And that's easy enough, you know, right there you could just snip it. But for right now, I'm just gonna leave it there because I might add something in later. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I'm going to attach this right here. And again, I wanna make sure that when I'm attaching, I am bringing the closure to the front. And you wanna be careful once you snip those closures because they do get sharp. And I'd leave it just a little loose right now, so if you wanted to be able to kind of move it around, you can. And see, once you have your flowers all zip tied in, you can really manipulate them and spread them out all the more. Boy, what did we do before zip ties? I'm telling you, fantastic. One thing I did want to mention is in the daisies. I got these daisies, this particular bunch at Hobby Lobby, and they are rather expensive, but what you want to remember is each and every stem is positionable. So when you're working on something like this, that's a benefit when you can really bend and mold them the way that you want. So depending on how much money you want to put into the project, sometimes it's worthwhile to put a little extra and get it so that you can put the flowers exactly where you want them. So we're going to go ahead now and we're going to attach our second piece. I mean, I don't think this could get any easier. It's a little hard holding it. It takes a little bit of practice. Okay, so now we get that one zip tied on, and I did leave it a little loose so that if I want, I can still add in some other stems, which is my plan. And then what we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up putting the bow right here in the middle and bending up some of these stems. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I want to add in, I want to add in some more fern. On this other side, for here. And sometimes you really gotta get forceful, but you want it nice and tight. I'm gonna push that to the back. I have some of these, and you want to try to always remember when you're working on a piece like this, you want to use flowers that are different shapes as far as the petals go. You notice this is almost like a tulip. And then we have the daisy. And we have the Shasta daisy. And then we have these longer stems. They even have a different type of green on them. So you want to try to incorporate as many different types and varieties as you can. It just adds more interest to your piece. Another thing that you want to remember is if you are going to insert another stem into the zip tie, you want to remove, let me show you with, I tried to leave one. If you can, remove the bottom stem because that will just get stuck in the zip tie and it makes it harder to be able to get it in. This purple is so pretty. It's getting caught in some of the leaves. That's why if you remove some of them where it's not going to show, it's actually easier in the long run. You want to just make sure that you get it in there as nice and tight as you can. Now I have a lot of light of that, so I want some dark. You want to try to vary the colors. I also have this, which is nice and dark. And I think the majority of these flowers for this project, a lot of them I actually got at the dollar store. And again, this is a different texture, different color leaf. It's a different tone. And then I want to do the same over on this side. Oh, this looks so pretty. Okay, so now we have our bunch down here, and I want to add in the same things I added up at the top. You don't have to, again, this is your project, you can make it however you want. It's just typically you want to have the same on the top and the bottom. And again, these are super bendable, so you can spread them out and put them wherever you like. I cannot get over how easy this project is. Originally, like I said, I made it a lot harder than it had to be. And then as I got working on it, I thought, wait a minute, this is just too easy. And I had to share it with you. Because I know sometimes we like to take a lot of time working on a project, but there are those other times, if you were having a birthday party at your house, how cute would that be? New Year's, oh my goodness, so many ideas. Okay, so now what we want to do, we could go ahead, if you're happy with the way that it looks. I tend to like a lot of straggly things in my pieces, those that know my work. I typically have things hanging. I love that. I could add some of that in. Could add in some branches. If you had kind of like the long glittery pieces, if you wanted something really festive, you could go ahead and add that in. But just for the sake of the video, so you guys, I mean, I know you're getting it. It's super easy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip all of these ends. And like I said, you just want to be careful because they get really sharp. And I'm purposely leaving this one a little long because with the bow I might want to pull it down a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. The other thing that I know I want to do is once I get the bow on, and like I said, I'm thinking in here, I want to attach the pinwheel on the outside so it really stands out. So that's what we'll plan to do after we get the bow secure. And again, super easy. I make all my bows and I attach them, I close them up with a zip tie, and then I don't tighten that zip tie completely until I thread another one through, and that's how I attach my bow to my piece. So I'm going to go ahead right there, add it in. And this is super lightweight. I told my friend I was making something with a fly swatter, and she just looked at me. Fly swatter? I said, trust me. Now see, because we have those really nice bendable daisies, it's just so easy to manipulate and work with. You could even do curly ribbon for a birthday party and curl a ribbon. Oh, that would be adorable. Girl's birthday party, boy's birthday party, all themes. Oh, this looks so pretty. All right, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is take this pink one, and I want to kind of find the middle here, because I know I want to put it on the front and thread it through. This is probably going to be the hardest thing of the whole project. You want to try to get it so that you don't get any of the bow caught in the zip tie. So try to go as close to the middle as you can. And then again, thread it around and feed it through. And as you notice, and I'll show you when I show you the close-up, at this point the fly swatter doesn't even show. Actually wish I had something that was a little bit brighter for a pinwheel, but that'll do. I'm actually attaching it right next to the other one. Sorry, burnt for a sec. And then if you wanted to, I think that's going to stay, but if you wanted to, you could put a little hot glue on that, just on the dowels, but I'm really not worried about it. It feels really tight. And then pretty much from here, it's just fill and fluff. And that can be done with whatever type of filling you want, whatever type of fluff you want. You could even, at this point, if you want, have all the ribbons going one way. And like I said, the possibilities are endless. So, this is it. Super easy. Front door, summer decor. What fun. And how quick was that? And economical. And just a lot of, even your kids could do this. Super fun. Thanks for joining us today. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to hit that button and the bell for notifications. The next piece we're going to be working on is using fun summertime pool noodles in our door decor. Take care. Well, that wraps up this super easy project that I know you can do. You know, that's what we really try to do here on our channel, Petals and Paint Designs. We really try to get you to realize just how creative you are and that you could pull together something like this with something as cheap and economical as a fly swatter. We hope that you'll hit the subscribe button and the bell button so that you won't miss any more of our tutorials. Up next, we're going to be working on a summertime wreath using a pool noodle. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.